Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode here, I'm going to go over my new purchase of Sightmark, Ultra Plus uh, Reflex Red Dot. Comes with a 3x magnifier. Saw this deal at Academy, and so I wanted to kind of just show it here. I've already unboxed it, of course. I'll show you what's in the box, but I want to just give you an overview of what it looks like, perhaps on your rifle. Most likely an AR-15 rifle like this, as you can see. So one of the reasons why I got this was mainly because of concerns of civil unrest, riot, and looting. What else? Geez, just a number of crazy things that are just going on in this world. So wanted to see if this would fit on the rifle. It does. This is an M&P 15, and so it does fit. As you can see, it's way in front of the rails. I don't have a rail over the barrel. I just have a handguard or a heat shield, whatever you want to call it. But it fits over the rail, got it to work. The 3x magnifier fits as well. Plus, I got the M-bus, my rear backup sight. They're plastic. They're Magpul on the still was able to keep that on there as well. So I think this was the original that came with the M&P 15 by Smith & Wesson, and then I have my typical the A2 front sight. So I'm gonna try to show you what it looks like inside the reticle itself, what it looks like. So stick around and I'll show you a little bit of what's in the box and how it looks through the magnifier and the reticle. Okay, I'm back and I'm trying to show you what it looks like through the reticle itself, through the front sights. Trying to get that lined up. Now I had mine set up where it would be right at the top of the front post, just like the way you're seeing it now. I'm trying to line it up through the camera in the back so you see it. So that's what it looks like when you're focused on the front sight. Let's see what it looks like when you're focused through the target. Okay, so I have it focused on the door over there, and that's kind of how small you would see the red dot on the front sight, on the very post, the way I have it set up right there. And that's how it would look. And then again, if you focus on, let's focus on the red dot or the glass. So that's how it would look if you look through the glass, through the front sight, and then let's see if it'll let me focus right. Okay, and that's me. That's the focus right on the front sight. Focus on the glass a little bit. Let me see here. There you go. Focus on the glass. That's focused. Let me see. Focus on the door. There, that's focused on the door. Okay, well, that's the best I can do. I think you get an idea what it looks like. That's what it looks like on the, I prefer the dot. I'm going to show you now what it looks like when you look through the rear sight and do co-witness. All right, So here it is when you look through the rear sight. And I have it set up so it's co-witnessed. Actually, it wouldn't look quite like that. Let me back up. It would look more like this if I did it right. It would look more like this. Or actually, if I get closer, it would look something like this. So I have it co-witnessed. So if the red dot got out of focus, or not the red dot, if the red dot moved for any reason and it's not perfect that I noticed, I can readjust it. And I'll show you what it looks like with the other reticles. I think this is a 2 MOA dot, I believe. There's another one with a circle, crosshairs, and a circle with crosshair, I think. I'll go through it. This is the red. I prefer the red. Okay, I'm going to do my best to show you what it looks like through the magnifier. Let's see if I can get to focus. The dot really doesn't look like that. There we go. The dot looks like this, and whatever you're looking at, that's how it looks. Let me see if I could try to move it around. Hold on. All right, so there's the red dot. If you can see the red dot there. Sorry if it's moving around a lot. So let me back out of it. Let me get into it. So you see it, there's the red dot. That's what it looks like magnified through whatever distance you're looking at. You can see it right there. Looks really good. All right, everyone, welcome back. Another got a special here for you. I got a Sightmark. Saw this wonderful deal on Academy. It's been really hard to get great deals on a handgun. Matter of fact, I'll show you some footage of the guns or lack of guns at Academy. And when I went there, I knew that guns were being sold out everywhere because of the pandemic, because of the riots and looting going on, just all sorts of problems. So when I went there, I knew that guns were sold out. So, but I wasn't interested in a gun. I was more interested in getting some optics and something for my rifle, my M&P 15, basically an AR-15. So so that's kind of what I got, and I wanted something similar to like an EOTech, but not quite an EOTech. So here it is. This came in the box. Let's open the box here. So this is a combo. It came with a red dot. So you'll get some instructions. It comes with a 3x magnifier. Okay, cool. 3x magnifier. I'll put that right over here. Comes with the reflex sight. That's what you see. Reflex sight. I'll put that. Oh, that doesn't look too good right here. Okay, put that right here. And then this is just the box. So you can see there's you can see the different reticles, red and green. And so there's other information for you to look at if you're interested. I just wanted something really inexpensive. And this one in particular, I think, what's this say? What is the objective aperture on this? What is this called? It's called the Ultra Shot Plus. Anyways, this one, the parallax or whatever they call it. Let me see if I can find the exact wording. Or I forgot what it's called. It. Anyways, the range on this is really up to 25 yards. So some of the other red dots have a range up to closest you can get is up to 10 feet. Don't need it for 10 feet. If they're 10 feet, they're too close. So this is the minimum range on this. The closest range you could get before it starts, the red dots really moves on you, before you start getting some weird movement, parallax or whatever, is up to I think 25 yards. But if they're that close, they're too close. So, but the reason why I got this was recently I got some body armor, and so shouldering my rifle with the plate carrier and the plates was somewhat uncomfortable. Somewhat uncomfortable. And it was kind of awkward. So I wanted something with where I could look through it without using the sights, the front and rear sights, because I couldn't really get a cheek weld, and it's kind of difficult. So, anyways, you get other stuff like this. Let me see what else they have here. They have a whole bunch of other things that you could. And yes, these are cheap. They're made in China. But right now, I'm not looking to spend $500 on EOTech. So you get the wrench, which helps adjust the sight, because you have to. There's the nut right there. You have to close it. You have to close it and then put your wrench in there and turn it, tighten it, or loosen it depending on your rail system. So once you got that in there, it's good to go. So there's your wrench. Okay, so your wrench. This is a Allen key, hex key, hex wrench, and then you get a cloth. And the hex is for adjusting the reticle to whatever 1 MOA. This is on the right and left, up and down. Yeah, I guess you'll figure it out. So, and then that's what you get, and then your package, whatever you're packaging. And then you'll get your red dot here, your on button, and this is your brightness right here. So brightness, on button. This also switches from red to green. There's your battery right here. It's a CR135 or something, or I'll put a picture of what type of battery it is and what it is. And apparently they're very common, very cheap. So I'll probably be ordering a few. And here's the different reticles. I prefer just the dot. Now the thing is, there's a detent. There's a detent on this, and the detent is not that great. So you have to kind of play with it a little bit to get it just right. There's some, you can see there's a little bit of wiggle room between each detent. So you got to push it. I'm pushing it farthest to the right as far as it goes. And that's just the way it is. You know, don't expect wonderful, great things. Remember, you only paid like, well, this whole deal was like $135 for the red dot and excuse me, and the magnifier right here. So I got the magnifier. It's a two. You get it together in the box. 135. Usually, I think it was 180 retail. They got it at a discount for 135, $45 off. So I took it, and I was looking for something like this without paying a heavy price of like an EOTech or anything else. So there you go. It's a 3X, and again, you just adjust it here. I shouldn't have moved that, and then it just latches into place. And that's the same thing. Same thing with this, just a cam lock system. And there you go. That's about it. And then of course you get a lovely cover or case for this. I wish they had something for this or something to cover the lens, but they don't have anything anyways. So there you go. And of course, I think I showed you the red dots. I showed you the view, first person view of the red dot. I'm going to eventually go over the different reticles as well. And so let's just go into it right here, if you can see that. So that's just the dot. Let's see the other reticle. There you go. Let me see if I can focus that a little bit better. There you go. So that's the circle with the dot in it. Let me see here. What else do you get? There's your crosshairs. There's your dot. And then there's your, was it crosshair and circle? Crosshair and circle. I actually don't like these because you can see that little reddish glare right there. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You can see that's obviously the projection, the reflex sight working. See, you see how that there's a little red glareness down here at the bottom. I don't like that. That's why I don't prefer these other ones. I just prefer just the red dot. If I can. That's why I prefer the red dot. And have it on the lowest setting. Here's what it looks like on the highest setting. Or that's the lowest setting. There you go. And you know, you get that little glare right there. I prefer the lowest setting. And then I'll show you what it looks like green. Oh, I turned it off. There you go. There's green. Now, some people say that green is better or whatever. I just prefer the red. I think the red works for me the best. And I'll show you the different. This is on the lowest setting. I'm trying to refocus it. Oh. Let me see. Is it on the low setting? Yeah, see that glare on the high setting. I don't like that glare. This is on the lowest setting. Let's see if I put it out further. Sorry if you don't see it that well. Let me see if I can focus in a little bit better than that. There you go. You can see it just a little bit better. Just a little bit better here. There we go. So you can see it just a little bit better. There's the green. Oh, that's it. That's the red dot and circle in it. Crosshairs. Red dot. Or not the red dot, the dot. I prefer the red one. It's just not as bright. Maybe in different scenarios, but you can change it. You can change it just by pushing. Oh, let's get back to normal now. There we go. So you could just change it by pushing this, and then long press turns it off. And this is the brightness right here. Okay, and that's about it. That's about it. That's about it. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. If you liked the video, again, I like this because it's shouldering the rifle with body armor. It's a little hard, and you know, I just wanted something that I could see through, and I didn't have to use my my front and rear sights, although that is the main way I'm going to zero the reticle. And unfortunately, it's hard to find ammo. It's hard, super duper hard to find ammo right now. And so right now, what I'm using is I'm using this. I'm using a laser bore sighter is what I'm using. And in conjunction with the laser bore sighter, I have it set close as probably I'm going to get without going to the range. But other than that, I think this is my setup, and honestly, I think it's good for probably about 100 yards, and that's fine. I don't have to. I'm not going to be sniping anybody or anything. I just want, if I need to start using my rifle, I want to make sure that they're far enough away from me, and that's the whole point, is to keep people away and protect myself and get me out of harm's way. Let me see right here. So that's the whole point. So let me close this box back up. So that's what you get in the box, and not a bad deal. At Academy right now, it's, like I said, it's $135, so $45 off the retail price. So you get the red dot and the 3x magnifier. Anyways, please like, share, comment. Let me know your experience with Sightmark. I know it's not the greatest, but it is definitely affordable, and I don't know if I have $500 to put into buying an EOTech and then another $500 to buy a magnifier, or paying $1,000 for a scope, magnifying scope. You know, some of those are very expensive. I'm sure they're very good, but for what I wanted to do, you know, just to protect myself, and if it's good enough, it should be good enough. 2 MOA, I think, is good enough. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.